we're back at Gen Con 2015 with Alan from Tuesday Night Games. This is the follow-up to Two Rooms and a Boom, and it's called World
Championship Russian Roulette.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine. And Adam's going to tell us a little bit about the game.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is game 2. It's by Anthony Birch. You may know him from Hey Ash, What You Playing? He also wrote Borderlands 2. This is his game, so you guys ready for the pitch and me to teach it for you? Here you go. Congratulations, you've made it to the World Championship. Unfortunately, it's in Russian Roulette. In this press your luck bluffing game, you played the captain of a Russian Roulette team that's made it to the World Championship. You win by being the first team to get to 15 points or the last team with their brains still intact. So how do you get victory points and how do you have players lose their brains? It's pretty simple. All you're going to do is you're going to bid on how many times you can pull the trigger of your gun and survive. But we don't actually have a gun because that would just be sick. Instead, you have a deck of cards that represents your gun. So if you look at these cards, here you notice that one's a bullet card and you have a bunch of blank cards. So what you're going to do is you're going to spin the chamber of your gun and you're going to go ahead and bid, I think I can survive, I'm going to be bold, 4 trigger pulls, and then I'm going to reveal, and everyone plays simultaneously, so that's one thing, so there's no waiting for your turn or anything like that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, sweet, I would get 4 victory points for that, right? However, if I had pulled a bullet, there's no victory for the dead, I would have lost one of my teammates. But that's not a problem because as soon as you lose a teammate, you get a consolation prize. And the consolation prize is one of these action cards, which is where all of the strategy really comes into play. It specifies when you can play these action cards, and it does amazing things. For instance, I can play Peek the Boo, which allows me to look at my top 3 cards before I start bidding. There's other cards like I Bang You, which means instead of pulling the trigger towards myself for a single trigger pull, I can aim it at someone else. So there's a lot of tactics that comes into play. But you seem like smart gentlemen, and you probably heard me say that this is a press your luck bluffing game. And also you probably noticed as I went through these cards that there are 7 cards here, not just 6. And the reason being is if you look at the phases of the game, the first phase is the pocket phase, which is where I get to choose any one of these cards in my hand and I can put it in my pocket, meaning it's not in my gun. If I put my bullet in that pocket, that means I'm cheating and I can't shoot my own brains out, right? So then there's the spin phase, then there's the bidding phase where we all bid simultaneously, but then there's the challenge phase, which is where the social tension begins. And you can accuse someone of cheating. To accuse someone, you simply flip over your challenge card. And if you take a look, if you're correct and you challenge someone and they reveal a bullet card, the judge has to punish them and blows their brains out. They still get an action card as a severance package, but the person who called them out gets 3 action cards. You should be asking yourself, what happens if they're wrong though? What if they pull out a blank card and I wasn't cheating? Well, you get an action card for the insult, and what they have to do, and this is where it gets really intense, they have to replace one of their blank cards with an additional bullet card, so now they have 2 bullets in their gun instead of 1. And the only way to get a clean gun is once you die. Once one of your teammates dies, that's it. Lose your last life, and you lose because you are the captain. That, in short, is how you play World Championship Russian Roulette. It plays 2 to 6 players. You can combine sets to actually play up to 12 if you want to. We're hoping that we release the Kickstarter in November at the earliest, but definitely before the end of the year. Any questions? No? You guys want to give it a try?
Thanks, Alan.
It plays really quick. No problem. Thanks. I really appreciate it.